thinking about the pre-mission life, I think something that was pretty impactful for me, as probably with a lot of missionaries, is gaining a personal testimony. And for me, I felt like that started when I was about 14 years old. Reading the Book of Mormon and praying about it, praying about whether or not Joseph Smith was a prophet or not, had a huge impact on, I feel like, my life before the mission. Obviously there's lots of different influences out there in the world, but I think having that spiritual witness helped me to prepare and serve a faithful mission. And so I think that's one of the keys for mission prep, is obviously gaining your own personal testimony. And then also I had some really good leaders growing up who encouraged us to practice teaching. I didn't really enjoy it as much at the time, but when I was a priest, one of our advisors, actually our young men's president, he had us go out and practice teaching the ward the missionary lessons. So about once a month we'd go out with another priest and we'd just sit down and practice teaching them, lesson 1, lesson 2. And it was kind of rough at first, but once I got into the MTC, I was like, wow, like I'm really glad like I did that. And I actually knew what was in Preach My Gospel. And so, yeah, I think mission prep is super important, particularly now that the age has lowered, right? And so making sure that you're familiar with the material going into the MTC gives you a good head start.